I can't hear you. I'm in Vegas right now. All right, so let's get to this quiz one time. Yes, you are allowed to use your PEX filter. Yes, you are allowed to use your map. Yes, you are allowed to use your brain. And yes, there is no short answer on today's quiz. So good luck. You're gonna know your answer or your score right away. If you got a crappy score, I've got this to say. You didn't do the reading. Nah, I'm serious. Like I just took the questions right from the reading. And if you got a bad score and you did the reading, hopefully you're not offended by that comment. And I would highly advise that you go back and read the assignments and the PEX filter and do the map. And definitely want to do the final question. I found that pretty hilarious. Why do I have a bad grade at midterm? Well, I'd love to give you any grade, good or bad. But a lot of you don't submit your stuff. That is a problem. I've gone over how to submit stuff a lot of times. Bless your soul. But either way, let's get to the quiz. Should be a good one. Because this is some interesting history, and because a lot of times I've just taught how government works. This is actually some pretty cool history, and it matters. Remember those trails you drew on that map there? Oh, if you did the map. Oh. Yeah, let's learn about some of these people who utilized some of those trails or created some of those trails as they did expand west. So if you're sitting there and it's first or second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth period, if Mr. Maslin uses this video, side screen your article, the article with Canvas side by side. Do that now. And I'm going to listen to some people yell in the hallway as you do. Hello, sub. I don't know what sub you are, but hello. Welcome to my room. Kids should know that, let's see, what did I write down? Students will be taking a quiz. There will be a YouTube video. I want them to watch first of me reading the article. I've trained some of the students on the Rapid Remote, blah, 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 blah. After the quiz, allow kids to work on missing assignments. Did I just give you crap because a lot of you have crap grades because you're not turning stuff in? How many times do I gotta say it? Let's go. When you're done, work on missing stuff or have fun with engaging Congress. Which one? Whatever one you want. Can't hurt. Let's see here. Let's get to it. The Lewis and Clark expedition. Yay! Let's learn about it. Here we go. Oh, let's zoom in, zoom out. All right, Lewis and Clark. In May 1803, the United States purchased Louisiana from France. Louisiana was then a vast territory. The land that makes up the present-day state of Louisiana was only one small part of it. The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States. Soon after the purchase, President Thomas Jefferson sent Meriwether Lewis on a westward expedition to explore the nation's vast new lands. The Corps of Discovery was a party of 33 people under the leadership of Captain Lewis and Captain William Clark. It traveled by foot, horse, and watercraft across North America. Its goal was the Pacific Ocean at the mouth of the Columbia River. Along the way, the explorers spent time in Washington State, camping near Salmon Creek. The expedition began in Wood River, Illinois, in May of 1804. By November 3rd, 1805, they had reached Government Island in what is now Multnomah County, Oregon. Continuing down the Columbia River on November 4th, they came to a large village on the Oregon side. The villagers were known as Chinooks, or a Chinookan people. They gave Lewis and Clark's party their first taste of Wapato roots, a potato-like staple of the Native Americans who lived along the river. 7 miles below the village, the expedition reached Vancouver Lake, which lies on the Washington side of the river, just west of present-day city of Vancouver. It's in Canada, by the way. As the men ate, several canoes from the large village came down the river for a visit that the explorers did not appreciate. Clark claimed that the Chinookans stole his pipe and a coat. After this meeting, the expedition set off again. On November 4th, 1805, they camped along the Columbia River near Salmon Creek in what is now Clark County, Washington. Soon after they set up camp, a group of Native Americans arrived and sold the expedition some roots. Cultural differences. The Columbia River Indians that Lewis and Clark came across spoke several related Chinookan languages. The Chinookan peoples were great traders and had long traded with seagoing European and American fur traders. Unlike some other native peoples Lewis and Clark came across, they did not simply give the expedition food, as they were so used to bargaining. The expedition often had to depend on the generosity of Native Americans for their survival, and felt the hard bargaining Chinookans were taking advantage of them. The explorers also failed to understand what lay behind the Chinookans' thieving. Thievery of small items, like Clark's pipe, was seen as a friendly game, pitting the guest's skill against the host's alertness. Theft of large valuables, on the other hand, was virtually unknown among the Chinookans. The Chinookans intended the thefts of small items as a friendly challenge. Not understanding this, Lewis and Clark were greatly irritated, and to get back at the Chinookans, they stole houseboards and later a canoe. The expedition leaves the future state of Washington. After reaching the Pacific Ocean, the expedition began its homeward journey on March 23rd, 1806. The party of 33 paddled back up the Columbia River in 6 boats. They passed from what is now Oregon back into Washington. Progress was slow as the expedition made its way upstream, pushing against the current. Lewis and Clark eventually decided that they would abandon the river if they could buy enough horses. Mixed relations with Native Americans. Traveling east, Lewis and Clark became increasingly frustrated by the people who lived along the lower Columbia. The Native Americans demanded what the captains considered unreasonably high prices for their horses. They also regularly helped themselves to hatchets, knives, and other small items left unattended in the expedition's camps. Lewis had one Native American beaten for stealing an iron socket. He threatened to burn down a village in response to another theft and told his men to kill 3 Chinooks who tried to steal his dog, Seaman. Fortunately, the Chinooks let the dog go before the order could be carried out. Relations between the travelers and the local inhabitants improved on April 27, 1806, when the expedition reached the village of Chief Yellept and his Walla Wallas. The village was located at the mouth of the Walla Walla River near what is now Wallula, Washington. That's fun. The explorers ended up spending 3 days with the Walla Wallas, who treated them with great friendliness. One merry night, the whole village danced and sang to the music of expedition member Pierre Cruzat's fiddle and the Walla Wallas' drums and rattles. Overland shortcut. On April 29th, the expedition left the Walla Wallas. Chief Yellept had told Lewis and Clark about a very useful shortcut, which shortened their route to Idaho by at least 80 miles. The shortcut was a trail that had been used by Native Americans for thousands of years. It took the expedition through what are now the Washington towns of Prescott, Waitsburg, and Dayton. On May 5th, 1806, The expedition left Washington and proceeded on into Idaho. From there, the explorers continued east. 4 months later, they ended their 8,000-mile voyage of discovery in St. Louis, Missouri. And with that, I conclude today's reading portion of the quiz. At this point, this is where I'm going to give you the code, or the sub is going to give you the code. The code is purchase. That is purchase. That is PURCHASE. Purchase. Love you all. Have a great weekend. I give you crap about your grades because, oh my gosh, please get your stuff done and do the best you can on this quiz. Thanks for subbing for my kiddos today, sub. All right, I'm going to go hop on a plane now. Bye-bye.